This video is brought to you by the thriller Escape Room. Watch it on digital April 9th and own it on DVD and Blu-ray April 23rd. Solve the puzzles, or else. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 5 cruelest puzzles in Escape Room.
Be the first to
escape our most immersive rooms yet and win $10,000.
RSVP at minosescaperooms.com.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're ranking the rooms in this terrifying 2019 psychological horror film based on how cruel, terrifying, and unusual they were. Please note, if you haven't seen the film, there will be major spoilers ahead.
You'll go down in history. What about this? You think that means something? You'll go down in history?
Number 5, the frozen lake and the one coat.
They are watching to make sure nothing bad happens to us. I mean, can you imagine the lawsuits if one of us actually got hurt?
If, like our friend Danny, you visited a few escape rooms, you know that there are some basic rules. It is just a game after all. Well, as our unfortunate team of contestants learns the hard way in this challenge, the Minos company has thrown out the rulebook. Not only is the outdoor theming elaborate beyond comprehension, but the safety and comfort of the players are also pushed way past the limits. When they step outside the cabin, they discover that the temperature is 38 degrees Fahrenheit and dropping. With only a single coat to keep them warm, they have to use body heat to release a key from a block of ice. This isn't a puzzle, it's torture, with a side of life-threatening environmental danger.
I know it's cold, but it's melting, guys. Come on, just keep your hands on.
Number 4, the upside-down billiards bar with a disappearing floor.
What is that?
After their horrific ordeal out on the frozen lake, the gang could probably use a drink. Sadly, that is not what this particular bar has to offer. They quickly discovered that they've traded in thin ice for a floor that's disappearing in massive chunks. Whenever the upbeat song Downtown begins playing, it's a signal that they're about to lose a major section of flooring. Which area will fall away, however, is anyone's guess. As such, our competitors have no choice but to hold on for dear life. Of course, they also need to find a way out, and that means that someone needs to take a risk.
Amanda! No, stay! Okay, just hold on, just hold on! No!
Number 3, the lobby that turns into an oven.
Anybody got suntan lotion?
With most escape rooms, you're first walked into the challenge space and told that your time's begun. As such, this first challenge is particularly cruel and unusual because our ragtag, mismatched team of contestants thinks they're just in the waiting room. When Ben tries to leave to have a smoke, however, the handle comes off the door and the game begins without warning. Not only are they totally unprepared and thus misusing resources, but assuming that Minos is a legitimate company, they also have no idea just how high the stakes are. To make matters worse, the room seems designed to trigger Amanda's PTSD, ensuring that the team gets off to a rough start.
You're the reason that Amanda drank all of our clues!
Number 2, the hospital room and the EKG.
Amanda wasn't weak, okay? She sacrificed herself for us!
Okay, well then let's not waste that sacrifice by getting yourself killed.
Amanda isn't the only one with trauma in her past. Each room the group goes through seems to have nods and subtle references to the past tragedies they've survived. In the hospital room, the Minos company finally makes this aspect of the competition overt by recreating the beds in which they all recovered after their respective tragedies. It's already cruel in that it's an attempt to throw them off kilter by distracting them with the pain of their past. But it gets worse. The clues in this room are ambiguous, leading Jason to misinterpret what they need to do with the EKG machine, and ultimately resulting in more tragedy. Number 1, the psychedelic room and the LSD.
What happened back there?
I saved our asses.
You wouldn't think it could get any crueler than the hospital room, but you'd be wrong. First, a curveball is thrown into the mix when survivors Jason and Ben are dosed with an intense psychedelic drug.
Wait, say something.
By this point, the Minos company's made it clear that they are only too happy to see contestants die. But here, they up the ante yet again by finally making it clear that they are expressly trying to pit the contestants against one another. In their desperation to survive, and while tripping balls, Ben and Jason fight to the death over the single antidote. Hey, aren't escape rooms supposed to be a team effort? Well, apparently not when the murderous Minos company's involved. This video is brought to you by the thriller Escape Room. Watch it on digital April 9th and own it on DVD and Blu-ray April 23rd.